Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. So, from the UEE Naval High Command, we have the latest in Squadron 42's development. In this video, I will break down the latest updates on the Squadron 42 front from the latest report. As always, a big thank you to my patrons. If you want to support this channel further, guys, do hit the link in the description below. It is much appreciated. So, in AI for characters, the AI combat behaviors and collision avoidance was also the progress made in Squadron 42 as well as the PU. For AI ships, improvements were made to the non-player traffic behaviors around landing zones. For the AI social, they finished the first pass on scooching, which enables a character to fluidly move from one action to another with a group of usables. So for example, an NPC will grab a dinner tray, place that in the microwave, take it out of the microwave, go and sit down, begin eating, that sort of thing. For animation, the team finalized the system for jumping, also begun connecting character animations to specific usable dimensions for more realism when picking up and inspecting items. They've worked on the combat AI system to give enemies several weapon options to use when encountering the player or other hostiles. For art, the art team worked on one location near a blasted dying planet and another close to the coil. In the coming weeks, they say, more of the team will move on to these locations with the aim to get them content complete for a handful of chapters by the end of the quarter. Deep Space has begun getting an art overhaul as well, with 3 key locations called mini systems. They're now in place and ready for polish. These systems form 3 separate parts of the overall Squadron 42 map, and each has its own unique flavour. A capital ship is brought up to scratch by the same team who worked on the Idris. They're also designing a social hub, a foundry for a major space station, a visual target for an asteroid base, and more. For art characters, they further developed concepts for Squadron 42's alien species, including finalizing textures for the Vanduul, as you can see here, and it does look really impressive and scary. The modelling work continued on outfits like the Basilic armour and the pilot flight suit. For cinematics, the cinematics team were torn between keeping the immersion and having the cutscenes either play out in a first-person perspective or have a filmic camera that would focus on the cast and performance. So they decided to get both, allowing the player to switch between this point of view with a button. Now it always defaults to the third person, so you'll have to physically press it yourself because they don't want you to miss out on certain key things, but it's nice to have the choice. For engineering and programming, they've finished off vaulting and mantling, now moved on to jumping version 2. They're giving animations more weight and polish and utilising this time warping tech. The first pass on non-lethal stealth takedowns has been implemented, which now allows the player to punch and knock down enemies. The AI push and pull behaviour has been improved. This means that the NPCs flying with the player can't get too far ahead or fall too far behind. For graphics, they're building behaviours and schedules for ship crews and updating the performance capture in the cockpit scenes, which are now becoming more polished and final. That supports branching conversations, reputation, and player actions. For QA, they've assisted with mocap recordings to fix animation transitions, just to make sure that they are entirely seamless and fluid. For tech art, they've continued the look at system, which means that the AI will notice what you are literally looking at with your camera view and respond appropriately to this. The eyes of the AI now perfectly align and look right at the camera as well, in a natural way. But they're also adding the ability for AI eyes to randomly sort of look around the player's face and just around them, instead of a constant dead-eye stare, to create a more natural appearance. So in visual effects, the team continue to block out key destruction sequences while working closely with art and design. They've also begun reworking the EMP effects, making use of the newer GPU particle improvements. So that is it for the Squadron 42 update. A lot of stuff that I left off was what we heard going on in the PU update, so it's obviously the same thing going on for both. The Vanduul are looking incredible, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some of these new locations in the Squadron 42, which we won't have seen yet. Anyway, do let me know your thoughts, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, tick the notification bell so you know when my videos go live. I've got a whole new tutorial series coming out as soon as 3.5 drops. Follow me over on twitch.tv/supermacbrothers Ryan. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.